What's up, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more of The Cure as we continue through Disintegration 1989. Thank you, as always, to Phil for providing these deluxe editions. And the next tune is Prayers for Rain. So, the fact that it's a plural stands out to me a little bit, not a singular prayer for rain, but prayers, meaning maybe the first or some of the prayers have been unanswered already. And yes, it speaks to, I suppose, a common among humans in all their different cultures across not only the continents but the generations and millennia, but their idea of appealing to divine intervention as it comes to weather or climate, to try to propitiate the gods such that there is a reciprocation. And of course, I'm not necessarily expecting this to be a literal articulation of that idea. It might be about praying for rain in an interpersonal situation, meaning something that takes away the desert or the barren quality of what is there, something which can allow for growth and the coming to fruition of an as of yet unrealized possibility. But yes, it's a poetic phrase and one which, again, harkens to something which is part of just about every culture's history, and in some cases, I suppose, still. Nevertheless, let's see what it is in practice. This is The Cure. The song is Prayers for Rain, and it's from their 1989 album Disintegration. backward sounds at the very end there. So yes, another heavier, darker, cycling, moody sort of track. And the different melodic runs, and that piano run was nice, and then there was this, like, I think string synth keyboard run, which was very compelling. But my favorite was that, I think, like, plucked guitar. It was a guitar line, but it just had it didn't feel like a full, like, strummed chord. It felt more like almost pizzicato, like it was plucked. But yeah, that particular melodic layer was my favorite. Again, we had to wait a bit of an intro for Robert to come in. Certainly not the longest we've waited, either in general or even on this album specifically. But yeah, as I mentioned last time, and I know there were couples, like Sophia commented on it, it's like the atmosphere has to be set up first, and then when Robert comes in, it's like he lends vocal and lyrical substance to the feeling that's already been created, and I think that happens here a bit, albeit a bit more quickly. So yeah, ultimately it feels like this is a heavier sentiment. I wonder, because the idea that he's in this crushing relationship where he's been, starved, or I think it was like suffocated. What was the line? Something about like breathing dirt. It feels like Prayers for Rain is conceptual, it is metaphorical, but the idea of having some relief from this crushing, pressure, and the inability to feel open and free and to have relief seems to be the essence of it. So it sounds like a very unhealthy relationship, and one in which the narrator is aware that they're being dominated and held very tightly and constricted and not let free. It seems to be the essence of it, but I do wonder, I didn't hear everything clearly, and I wonder if there's like a crucial detail I'm missing. But yes, it sounds suffocating, it sounds like an untenable situation, which again, if, there's been multiple prayers for rain, and I guess they remain unanswered, then yes, it is untenable, but it is one in which the narrator still seems to be ensconced and unable to break free of. So yeah, it sounds dark as much, at least, as the Sonics, and Robert's vocals, they kind of fit that, reflective and a bit melancholy demeanor. So yes, it all seems to sync together very nicely in that dark and moody way, which is certainly one of The Cure's major subtypes of their music. So yes, ultimately we do have more to go. What else do we have on here? So in the regular album, we have The Same Deep Water as You, that's the next one, then the title track, Disintegration, then Homesick, and then a track listed as untitled, which I wonder if that means it was originally one of those like secret tracks. But yes, we have 4 tracks left in this album folder. Once again, big thank you to Phil. And then after that, the next proper album is Wish, 1992, so we'll be moving into the 90s. Do let me know what you think here, and I will see you next Thursday for the next Cure. Peace.